So tell me a little bit about COVID. Has it affected the business? How has it been?
The business has totally changed, right, since COVID hit. But as I always say, through any kind of challenge, any struggle, there is always opportunity. There is always a silver lining. And of course, COVID has been, a very kind of sad, difficult, tragic time for a lot of people. People have lost loved ones. It hasn't been easy. It's something that really has united the world, because we're all going through the same thing at the same time.
No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, we're all going through this.
Exactly. No matter your race, your sexuality, your ethnicity, your religion, we are all your social status, your financial status. We're all going through this at the same time. So there's a real sense of, I feel like, common humanity in what we're going through. And I think that, like you said, this is something that has forced people to kind of sit back and take a little bit the kind of stock of what am I doing. It's
definitely made me reevaluate my life. And I know a lot of people I speak to, it has made them just stop and think about what made them happy. And even buying a house. People are. That's why there's this rush for people coming to the market, because people aren't just thinking about an investment. They're thinking about, do I want to live my life without a garden? Do I want to live in a one-bedroom flat? Do I want to be in London? So it's the first time in my career that I've seen people move for lifestyle rather than just investment.
Yeah. Definitely.
Which has been incredible.
Yeah. And so for my business, it's shone a much brighter light on well-being, on mindset, on what it means to be really resilient. And if I hadn't gone through, I'm so grateful for what I went through, even though it was the hardest, it was the hardest year of my life. But I'm so grateful for what I went through, because it helped me prepare to deal with COVID.
And make you a happier person for the rest of your life. Yeah. And also, that's why I've been so excited about this interview, because you are helping people, you're helping women, and through maybe a difficult time, or even just to become a better version of themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll go to NW2 and what you love this area.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what you love about NW2.
So, for me, what sets NW2 apart from many other areas in London, and we've lived all over the place. I've lived in South London, I've lived in North London, is the fact that there's such a strong sense of community, and we are so in such close proximity to central London. So, I can be in Oxford Street in 20 minutes, but still I live in an area where I have, neighbors that I get on with really well.
It's funny you mentioned that community, because that's it's so important, and I haven't felt like I was part of a community as much as I have by moving here into NW2.
I really feel like this is home, not just in terms of the house that we live in, or in terms of the fact that we are physically here, but just because I feel that I have people I can rely on here. You can really build those roots here.
It feels like home.
Yeah, 100%.
And I just wanted to ask you, what tips or what advice can you give anybody starting up their own, or in the first year of their own business, setting on their journey?
Yeah, the biggest piece of advice I would give them is, if you're setting up your own business, make it about something you're passionate about. But also think about what a day in the life of that business will look like. Because as you know now, and as I've learned, what you'll be doing day to day isn't only going to be the one thing, so if you think from your perspective, what you're passionate about is helping people find their dream home. For
Absolutely.
example, I'm totally
you're reading it like a book.
But in order to do that, to achieve that, you're going to have to be doing 1,000 things, right? That some of which you might not enjoy doing, some of which you might enjoy doing, but that are necessary, that are absolutely necessary for you to grow that business and to enable your clients to achieve that will give you fulfillment and happiness. So really think about, what is my day going to look like? the reason a lot of small businesses fail and don't grow is that eventually people run out of steam. They run out of willpower.
And it's not easy. So, and it's breaking things down to like, literally, I think about how to do something and then I break it down and then I try and break it down further and think about the steps that I need to take to make that happen. Yeah,
that's really sensible. Like, that's a really sensible approach, because if you're just thinking about kind of the long-term goal, it might seem too far away and unreachable, and people might kind of give up. Whereas if you're breaking it down, then it just feels so much more.
It's more manageable. I mean, you know, as you it's always good to get positive information, positive content, and that's why this is so important to put positive content out there. And there's a lot out there, and you know, I have picked my bits, and I just think anybody that's been successful reads a lot and just fills themselves with good stuff.
Knowledge.
Information on a daily basis.
And ask for help. I mean,
I'm terrible at that.
That's the best thing you can do for yourself, for your business. Asking for help is so difficult for so many of us.
It's definitely an improvement I've had to make, and there's been a lot of people along the way in this past year who I have reached out to, and it's just it's life-changing, and it does make you rethink the way you are thinking, and sometimes that's really important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Annabel, it's been amazing.
It's been lovely. Thanks so much for having
me.
Thank you so
much.